get into it. All right, y'all. For my people that are watching later on, that are watching the playback, we are now at the end of this. I'm going to clip this part specifically because it is recording. I'm going to clip this part specifically and I'm going to put this up on my YouTube. Mama X is back, y'all. Power FTP put out a post earlier saying she's back, and the song is called Berlin Conference. Now, if anybody was here on my first go round of Power FTP, Mama X and this group Power for the People is an initiative group based out of Baltimore. So we're neighbors, and their whole goal is to basically enrich the Black community, especially the youth of the Black community, through knowledge, spirituality, faith, and having good morals and good lessons and good values. So they are really doing something positive for our community. And Mama came on the mic and was spitting that ether. Got me fired up. I went on a whole tirade about it. It ended up going super viral because I was just, man, it had me pumped up. Like, I don't know. I can't fake this shit. Genuinely, I can't. Because it makes me feel disingenuous. I'm going to get into Berlin Conference by Mama X.
They say we preaching hate.
Let's go.
Nah, we're just telling their history. And they hate that.
Woo! We starting off early, I see. Ooh, they said we preaching hate. Nah, we just telling the truth. And they hate that. Fire emojis in the chat. She's spitting some game already. Let's go.
Started with some men in suit and ties. Sat up at a table, start to plan and strategize on how to buy. Had some conversations to go.
I was not expecting to hear, I was absolutely expecting to hear bars like this, but like, damn! God! She just read our entire history, y'all. She said men in suits strategized to divide Africa. They came, they saw that we had wealth in our soil. And this is real. This is real history. This shit isn't made up.
At a better table, start to plan and strategize on how to buy. Had some conversations to go split Africa. Found out we had wealth in our soil, so they had to grab it. Missionaries sent us as ambassadors.
Found out we had wealth in our soil, so they had to grab it. Because they can't keep their goddamn hands to themselves. They can't mind their business. They see money. They see potential money anywhere that's not where they are, and they want it. They're spoiled rotten, these colonizers, bro.
Missionaries sent us as ambassadors. Deception at its finest. They want control and their power. They came to eat and devour. History left a bad taste, and yet they wonder why we sour. Why collectively global we at the bottom.
History left a bad taste, and they wonder why we sour. Okay. No.
Why collectively global, we at the bottom. Wrapping up this history exposed them. Exactly why they try to keep this education out the schools. It's so condemned. Sisters rocking information at your out.
Better fucking speak on it. They try to keep the education out the schools because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know what they're doing behind the shadows. They don't want you to know that they have been against you from the beginning. They want you to fall. They are setting you up for failure. That's why our school systems are such garbage, because they are actively setting y'all up. It is a ploy to keep you ignorant so that you don't ask questions. You don't question their motives. You don't come back with retaliation. They want compliance. They don't want retaliation. They don't want rebellion. They don't want independence. They want submission and compliance. And that's exactly what we've been giving them. We've been taking disrespect for far too long, even among our own. Things need to change. Things need to change yesterday. So Keep spitting, mama. Let me run it back.
Keep this education out the schools and so condemned. Sisters blocking information, not your ally. Careful the smiles on your face and holding hands. It's a disguise. Iron fist and velvet gloves. Hate but it's disguised as love. Rankles way before the flood. Western war for Scotty blood. Think it's out what you trust. They say we equal now on one accord. But look, we not the plug. We fish to them, they hook us up. It's a game to be played, so make the play of the game. You can see them for a loss. We leave you stripping out your name. Cut that chain off your brain. We got some land to go reclaim. Now we ready for some action. Done talking about the pain. Was it real?
Now we ready to cut the chains off your brain. We got some land to go and get back. Woo! Okay, ain't no more pain, no talking about it. It's time for action. We can sit and talk about the pain all day long, but until you actually start taking action, fight against these corporate oppressors, bro. Fight against these colonizers. Fight against these people who want you to stay ignorant. Fight against these people who don't see you as anything other than a means to an end. Something to use, to get leverage off of. Something to exploit. It's time to start taking action. And don't let them gaslight you into thinking you're a bad person just because you're speaking out against disrespect. Don't let them gaslight you into it's all in your head. You're misreading it. You're being oversensitive. You're being sensitive. You're being overprotective. Racism doesn't even exist anymore. Slavery was over 300 years ago. Why are you guys still complaining? Shut up. All you white people on Twitter, shut up. You're all lonely. You don't get no bitches. Your wives are cheating on you with black people. That's why you're mad. You secretly wanna be us, but you can't. So you're mad. You want to be like everybody except for yourselves, but you can't. And so you're mad. You're like Aubrey. He wants to be black so bad, but he can't. And now he's mad. And now he's suing. The European pillaging of Africa? Yes. She is walking us down like Kendrick did. We're history.
Plug the fish to them, they hook us up. It's a game to be played, so make the play of the game. You can see them for a loss, we leave you stripped.
It's a game to be played, so make the player the game. Talking.
It's a game to be played, so make the play of the game. You can see them for a loss, we leave you stripping out your name. Cut that chain off your brain, we got some land to go reclaim. Now we ready for some action, done talking about the pain. Was it really civil rights or just the right to consume? Spend your money at that company's feed their families with your spoon. When it's meetings about real power, fine, we left outside the room. Want to see us kill each other, trying to find us their own tomb. Took all the gold, commodities, minerals, illegal seizure, we under attack. New operation, we teaching the children development, plan on taking it back. Plan for the future, it's time to conform and align for red, the green, and the black. Stage the grass, the sense of division, illusion, inclusion, the phone for the track. Question, what is law? Just some words on the paper. Don't put your faith in it, no. It's not guaranteed to save it. Its effectiveness depends on the maker. Change the mind, you out of luck, out of favor. Made to protect the enslaved. Politics or politics, symbols of no substance. Illusion of inclusion, keep the people blind in the focus. They bogus. Arterial moral senate, robbing them voters. They feeding false promises, lies they plotting to choke us. This a plan, ain't no plan B. Who is out to jam me? Frustrating opposers, make them sit down, they can't stand me. Seeking education, not indoctrination, no lies. Seeing a vision, unless perception through my own eyes.
Understand what I'm saying? You've forgotten, haven't you? You've forgotten, huh? How many million people had to be murdered, tortured, robbed, dispossessed? And you think you're dealing with nice, good people, don't you? If we took that wealth from you, you'd be out here robbing and stealing in these streets like everybody else. You're not intrinsic.
And right before the beat drop.
Don't deceive yourself. Your ethics are false and paid for. They're not intrinsic within your own character.
Marcus Garvey.
The ultimate test of one's ethical character is when one is starving and has nowhere to go. Okay? And when one is standing in front of real temptation and you have no money in your pocket, that's when your ethics are tested.
And then she picked up the white women as slave owners in the American South. She's calling you bitches out. She's calling you snow bunnies out. The snow bunnies are getting called out. Dragged to filth. She is calling y'all out. Y'all are being exposed. All you BBC lovers, y'all are getting called out. You think just because you like black men more that it's not the same shit? You think just because the chain isn't physical that it's not slavery still? Got these black men out here openly hating their own kind and trying to flex the fact they're with you as a sort of get back to black women. You've got black men out here who think themselves inferior or superior to their own race because they're with a white person. Still the same shit, different toilet. It's still slavery, and she's just sitting there reading it. Oh, they really coming for you. Yeah, nah, we gotta protect her. We gonna run it back for the breakdown, man. We gonna run it back and break this shit down. Cause, oh my God.
They say we preaching hate.
George Peabody Library on Peabody Avenue. Was that what that was? West Mount Vernon. Oh, okay. Oh, the Peabody Institute.
They say we preaching hate.
I think my mom went to Peabody, or she had a scholarship to Peabody, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, we're just telling their history. And they hate that.
Sure do. They sure do.
Started with some men in suit and ties. Sat up at a table, start to plan and strategize on how to buy. Had some conversations to go split Africa. Found out we had wealth in our soul, so they had to grab it.
Yeah, so I already went through this part. Like, started with men in suit and ties plotting to steal our shit because they saw that we had some good shit going on and they wanted in on it. They didn't have any good shit going on where they were.
Missionaries sent us as ambassadors. Deception at its finest. They want control it.
You sent missionaries as ambassadors to try and manipulate and deceive us, to make us think you were there for good purposes, good intentions. But really, you were just there to pillage and rob us. Ooh.
In that power, they came to eat and devour. History left a bad taste, and yet they wonder why we saw. Why collectively global, we at the bottom. Record of this history exposed.
Collectively global, we're at the bottom. Ah! We are, bro. We are at the fucking... Go ahead, speak on it.
Exactly why they try to keep this education out the schools. It's so condemned. Systems blocking information, not your ally. Careful the smiles and
systems blocking education systems, not your ally. They're not your allies, bro.
your face and holding hands is a D-Sky. Iron fist and velvet gloves. Hate, but it's disguised as love. Rankles way before the flood. Western wolf is Scotty blood.
Okay, so this was the part that I missed. So let me run it back so I can hear exactly what she's saying.
Rankles way before the flood. Western wolf is Scotty blood. Think it's iron fist and velvet gloves. Face and holding hands is a D-Sky. Iron fist and velvet gloves. Hate, but
oh, iron fists and velvet gloves. Oh, and that goes back to what I was saying before. Is the oppression any less oppression because it's no longer violent? Is the trauma any less trauma because it's not physical? Is the abuse any less abuse because it's not physical? Iron fist, you know, if somebody rules with an iron fist, authoritarian, totalitarian, Stalin, Mussolini, Adolphin, Mao Zedong, they all ruled with iron fists. Even in Russia, Vladimir Putin, what is his name? Gorbachev, they all ruled with iron fists. They did not care about the people. They only cared about what the people could do for the upper class, actively exploiting the lower class for their own personal gain.
Rankles way before the flood. Western wolf is Scotty blood. Think us out what you trust. They say we equal now on one accord. But look, we not the plug. We fishing them. They hook us up. This a game to be played.
Oh, I think that was a fisherman line. They said we're not the fishermen. They hooked us up. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. I'm trying to like distinguish it through the accent.
Hey, but this is Scotty blood. Rankles way before the flood. Western wolf is Scotty blood. Think us out what you trust. They say we equal now on one accord. But look, we not the plug. We fishing them. They hook us up. This a game to be played, so make the play of the game. You can see them for a loss. We'll leave you stripped without your name.
Ooh, you be stripped without your name. Because in this world, your name is the only thing you have. Your name, the only thing you have to you is your name and your reputation. Oh, something massive is about to happen, y'all. Something huge is about to happen. And we are gonna be the messengers, the heralds of this event. Times are changing, y'all. Our ancestors did overcome oppression, but we didn't overcome it 100%. And like a virus, as long as that 0.1% still remains, eventually the virus will return and it will take over once more. We gotta neutralize the whole oppression, y'all. We gotta neutralize all of it. We tried to coexist with it. We tried. We tried to be like, we're equal. We're equal. But they don't believe that to this day. They still don't believe that. And there are people who believe it genuinely in their hearts. But the vast majority don't believe it. They don't see you as a fucking equal. They don't. They see you as beneath them. That's why when a white man commits a violent crime, it's seen as, oh, whatever, it's just another day. He was tortured. Guys, have some grace for him. He was probably going through some mental problems. Have sympathy for him. But when a black man does the exact same thing, then it's, oh, one of the usual suspects, just like them. They're all the same. They're all violent. I guess he didn't have a father in his life. Do you hear the tone change? Even if you don't say it out loud, these people will still, that's the first thing they jump to, is why am I not surprised? One of the usual suspects. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of being disrespected and being expected to just lay down and take it. Y'all want to preach so much about equality and, we're all together and being a good Christian and going to heaven and this and that. But y'all some of the worst ones. The ones who preach this, we're all this self-righteous rehash of some rhetoric and propaganda that was forced upon us, forced upon our ancestors. Y'all are the main ones continuing that same cycle of hatred and violence and manipulation. Y'all are no better than the colonizers. All you pastors of the mega churches, the deacons of the mega churches, the people that give money to these mega churches, all you Christians that claim to be so holy and righteous but look down your nose at people that don't share your same opinions, you're just as bad as these colonizers. I would argue worse. Y'all gotta change this mentality, bro. This mentality that you can solve everything through peace. Peace will exist, but it can't exist forever. Because we've grown complacent. I gotta say it. We've grown complacent. We fell off. We fell off, black people. I gotta say it louder so that the slow ones in the back can hear me. We fell off. We were doctors, lawyers, astronauts, astrophysicists, scientists. We were inventing the traffic lights, the Coca-Cola, Pepsi, the train tracks. We were inventing gas masks. We were inventing subway systems. We were inventing irrigation systems. We invented bathing before these nasty ass white people did. Yes, we did. Don't let these white people try and convince you that they were the first ones. White people were literally living in their own shit before they came to America, before they went to Africa. White people were literally dwelling in their own biological waste and not taking showers. The Aztecs and the Mayans and the Native Americans were bathing and grooming themselves regularly. But we were the dirty ones. We were the filthy ones. We were the savages, according to them. It's all projection. They're just the dirtiest, nastiest, worst aspects of humanity projecting their own self-hatred onto the rest of the world and trying to label them as inferior. We're not fucking inferior to you. You're just inferior to the rest of the world. And you want to be on top so goddamn bad that you would conquer nations and Let me stop. Because I'm gonna end up telling the truth and YouTube's gonna end up taking this page down. Y'all would rather, but no, you know what? Nah, fuck y'all, I'm gonna say it. Y'all would rather colonize, pillage, rape, subjugate, kill, and mislead manipulate, and try to use God as the reason for why you're doing it. Manifest Destiny, anybody remembers what Manifest Destiny was? It was white people gaslighting themselves into thinking that it was their God-given right to conquer the entirety of North America, to pillage and kill and murder entire tribes of people that already lived there before them. They believed that God gave them the right to do that. Manifest Destiny was white people gaslighting themselves into thinking that they were holy. They were so holy that they could literally wipe out an entire nation of people and take their place. That's how narcissistic these people are. That's how much they hate themselves. They don't want to see anybody except themselves because they hate themselves. They genuinely hate themselves. They don't have a fucking culture. So they leech and siphon off of every other culture and just kind of twist it. And they do the old yoink and twist. They're like, I like this. I'm going to steal that, make it my own, and then I'm going to ban you from doing it. They did it to black people. They stole our music, our hairstyles, our fashion, our tastes in food. They stole everything. And they're still trying to do it. But the fact is that they're getting away with it again because y'all niggas keep letting them. Jack Harlow was one of many that try to infiltrate our culture and steal our style and our aesthetic. And they are not punished nearly as much as they should. Drake isn't punished nearly as much as he should. Y'all are like, oh, but he's a black man. He's a black man. He's not approaching the situation as a black man. He's approaching the situation as a white man. He's already gone. He was never a part of us to begin with. He may look like us, but he's not like us. They not like us. Kendrick has been saying it over and over and over again. They're not like us, but they want so badly to be like us. They want to be us. They want to replace us. They don't like the people, but they like everything that's adjacent to the person because it's different and unique, because it's not theirs. That's why they want it, because it doesn't belong to them. Because once they have it, they completely misuse it and then throw it to the side like it never existed. It's spoiled child syndrome. They only want it because it's there and they can't have it. So y'all really have to listen to this, and y'all gotta wisen up. Read your books. Challenge your teachers if they try to tell you some bullshit. Do not be afraid to challenge the spread of misinformation. If your teacher tries to say that slavery didn't exist, you call them the fuck out. If you get in trouble, you take that school to court, because that's not what the history books say. They can't teach what they want to teach. They have to teach what actually happened. Anything other than that is spreading propaganda. That's what propaganda is. Purposely spreading misinformation in order to appeal to the negative aspects of the message that you're trying to portray. And we've really just been eating that shit up. There's still people in droves waiting for Drake to drop this goddamn album, bro. They are waiting for him to drop this album, knowing that less than a year ago, we were all in an active lawsuit. Content creators listed in an active lawsuit over a diss battle that he started. And only black content creators, by the way, I have to keep bringing that up. There were no white creators listed in that lawsuit. There were only black ones. Y'all can keep letting this dumbass play in your faces, but I'm not. Y'all can keep bowing down, getting on your knees for your white zaddies. But I won't. I refuse. I refuse to let a corporation that has exploited our people for centuries continue to play us in our faces and then tell us we're wrong for reacting to it. The BAFTAs incident was the tip of the iceberg. That was only the beginning. This whatever the fuck his name is with the burly mustache, looking like something out of an 80s porn video. with the cowboy hat, whatever his name is. I can't be bothered to remember him. Mr. Fairy Boy running around calling black people the N-word, trying to get them to throw their lives away because he only sees them as entertainment to exploit. And it's the fact that nobody is putting a stop to this. None of the police officers are taking this dude off the streets. But let me just switch this into perspective for you guys. What if it wasn't black people he was going after? But what if it was Jews? What if it was Jews that he was going around calling slurs in the middle of the streets and telling police officers, yeah, I called them slurs. It's a free country. I can say whatever I want. If those were Jewish people that he was attacking, that would be considered a hate crime. So why is it not a hate crime just because our skin happens to be darker? Why is it not a hate crime just because we happen to be black? Is it any less a hate crime just because we're not Jewish? Last time I checked, attacking somebody for their race, religion, sexual identity, anything. What if it was a bunch of trans people that he was going after, harassing them and calling them sick, twisted names and calling them slurs, throwing the F slur around? Y'all would have dragged this man to filth. Even the people on the internet, because all of y'all are gay. Every single last one of you. And that's not an insult. That's reality. All of y'all are gay. Some of you just don't want the rest of the world to know, and that's okay. So what if it was gay people or trans people or Israelites at the forefront of this? Does that make it any less disrespect just because we're not a part of these popular marginalized groups? Black people, it's time to stop letting these white people play in our faces, bro. Because they're not gonna change unless we let them know that we're not here to fuck around. We're not. It's time to educate ourselves. It's time to read up on the laws. It's time to play the colonizer game against them. The game of chess that you just saw, we are the black pieces. It is time to start utilizing all of our pieces, y'all. We have only been using our pawns. We have been pawns for these fucking white people. And again, not all white people. The ones who put raisins in the potato salad. I have to reiterate that. The ones who make it their personal goal to flex the fact that they're with black men, not because that they were genuinely attracted to their spirit, but because, they want to make black women jealous. The ones who want to go after black women but don't respect them enough as people to actually see them as more than just this exotic piece of meat you can stick your dick in. The ones who see black people as living, breathing human beings and not statistics. She's spitting facts, y'all. It's time to get back to where we were before, man. Where we didn't let these white people play in our faces. They had more to lose back then, but they still stood up. They still went out there and protested, knowing that they were going to get hosed down, knowing that they were going to get dogs sicked on them, knowing that they were going to get shot, knowing that they would be beaten like dogs. So what's stopping the rest of you? What's stopping y'all? Genuinely, what's stopping you?
Off your brain, we got some land to go reclaim. Now we ready for some action, done talking about the pain. Was it really civil rights or just the right to consume? Spend your money at their companies, feed their families with your spoon. When it's meetings about real power, found we left outside the room. Want to see us kill each other, trying to find us their own tune.
Everything that she's saying, I already said it. They're following the 48 laws of power. Ironically, it was written by a bunch of white men, a bunch of white dudes who wanted to conquer the rest of the world because they wanted it. And they were so full of themselves, they were like, who's gonna stop us? That's why they're playing in your faces now. Because they're like, who's gonna stop us? You? Okay. You can stop us if you want. These white people will literally look in your face and be like, what are you gonna do about it? Like shit, they're going back to calling you colored as an insult, calling you monkeys, even though they ironically look like a shaved monkey left out in the sun for too long, calling you chimps, calling you poison, calling you a disease. How long are you gonna let these people play in your face? Do you like the abuse, black people? Do you like it when a white person calls you the N-word? Do you like it when white people make comments on your hair on your skin, on your nails, on your demeanor, your behavior, your speech, your attitude, the music you listen to, the clothes you wear. Do you like it when people sit there and microanalyze you like that? Ironically, how they used to microanalyze our ancestors when they were checking their teeth and their nails and their breasts like they were cattle. Does that just excite y'all? Is that what that is? Is that why you're not saying nothing? Is that why you're bowing your head to these white people that are disrespecting you to your face? What are you afraid of? Because you wouldn't tolerate that behavior from another black person. You wouldn't tolerate that behavior from your siblings or somebody at school. What happens when a person lets their true thoughts slip out and they call you an N-word? Or they call you a criminal just like the rest of them? Or they call you one of the good ones? What will you do? Will you stand there and take it like a good slave? These are very important questions that need to be answered.
These minerals, ill contagion, we under attack. New operation, we teaching the children development plan on taking it back. Plan for the future, it's time to conform on the lines for red, the green, and the black. Snakes to the grass, the sex, the division.
The red, the green, the black, and there she goes, bringing it back up. You goddamn right.
Over the track, got a question, what is law? Just some words on the paper. Don't put your faith in it, no. It's not guaranteed to save you. It's a
Don't pay attention to them laws. It's just words on paper. Don't put your faith in them laws because they're not guaranteed to save you. Because whatever's written on those papers, the same laws that these white people tote around, they're not guaranteed to save you. Because they're going to find a loophole every single time. They're going to find a technicality. They're going to find some semantics to where they get away with breaking the law, but you don't. They do it all the time. Why should we pay attention to these laws and follow them when they don't even pay attention to these laws and follow them? They'll enforce the fuck out of these rules on you, person with darker skin tone, but let it be a white person that does the exact same thing. Slap on the wrist at best, 200 hours of probation, community service, $500 bail, 2 months behind bars. How much longer are y'all gonna let these motherfuckers keep playing in your faces? That's all I want to know.
effectiveness depends on the maker. Change the mind, you out of luck, out of favor. Made to
Ooh, she's spitting. Effectiveness depends on the maker. Oh my god.
Its effectiveness depends on the maker. Change the mind, you out of luck, out of favor. Made to protect the enslaved. Stop politics.
Made to protect the enslavers.
Symbols of no substance. Illusion of inclusion. Keep the people blind and unfocused.
Illusion of inclusion keep the people blind and unfocused. Distractions, discourse, anarchy, chaos. Give the illusion that we're inclusive. But then when shit hits the fan, all lives matter. Jewish lives matter. Palestinian lives matter. Trans lives matter. All we were trying to say was Black lives matter too. But you see how that message was effectively buried under all lives matter.
They both arterial motor senate robbing them voters. They feeding false promises like they plotting to choke us. This a plan, ain't no plan B.
They feeding false promises while they plotting to choke us.
The chokers. This a plan, ain't no plan B. Who was out to jam me? Frustrating opposers, make them sit down, they can't stand me. Seeking education, not indoctrination, no lies. Seeing a vision, unless perception through my own eyes.
Understand what I'm saying? You've forgotten, haven't you? You've forgotten, huh?
You've
How many
forgotten
people had to be
heaven.
murdered, tortured, robbed, dispossessed? And you think you're dealing with nice, good people, don't you?
All the torturing, robbing, but you think them's nice, good people, don't you?
But if we took that wealth from you, you'd be out here robbing and stealing in these streets like everybody else. You're not intrinsically nice. Don't deceive.
And I love how the beat drops right after he says what he says, bro. Right after if we robbed you, you'd be out here robbing and stealing just like everybody else. You're no different. When times get shaky, that's what determines a person's true character. It's what happens when your back is against the wall that you see the true human nature show its face.
Yourself. Your ethics are bought and paid for. They're not intrinsic within your own character personality. The ultimate test of one's ethical character is when one is starving and has nowhere to go. Okay? And when one is standing in front of real temptation and you have no money in your pocket, that's when your ethics are tested.
Yep. You better preach. They were her property. Damn. Damn. I want to give a special shout out to my members, Missy Gale Forever, Tasha Shea, Prozac War, Zoe Says So, E Drum Drum, Christopher Gee 203, Taki Speaks, Diego Ramirez 2000, and Jin2. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, and I promise I will make it worth your while. If you guys want to see your names up here, go ahead and subscribe and become a member. I will put your name at the end of every video, and I will give you guys a special shout out. Take care.